Going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Natsu, and as always, the man to my left
is D&N.
And today we're going to be talking about if the
loot boxing loot boxing slash pack opening cards for like various games that have them, is that considered gambling,
or should it be?
Should it be? Because thanks to the China, I believe, is the first country to have, there was a law passed there that they have to now release the odds of you getting one of those big cards or like big prizes from loot boxes in various games, or like in Madden where you have like the card packs that you can open, Madden, NBA, right. WWE now.
Or like, for example, I don't know if it's still a thing, but I think it was called CSGO Wild, where you could like gamble in-game currency, I believe, or actual money for like skins and various like.
And then that's where the one thing is that the big thing is that you pay real life money to get cards or, skins, like you said, skins or whatnot in games that don't help you win at all.
Yeah, it's just the cards.
Or like even just in general, like cards as well. And they'd be considered gaming because you're spending actual money on these items and on these packs in hopes of getting the big prizes.
Right.
Or like the big cards or the big people, or like it. Honestly, should that be the big question is, should they regulate it like gambling does? Because technically speaking, it's
pretty much gambling your money.
Yeah, you're pretty much gambling your money in hopes of getting the big prizes. So that's basically gambling in video games.
Yep.
I mean, and obviously I'm not saying that video games are bad because of that, but it just microtransactions, loot boxes, those packs. Honestly, I don't feel like they really should be a part of gaming as much as they are right now.
Right. Like, I like grinding for my shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, sometimes if it's like let's say Christmas, I know a lot of video games will have the option to buy like a Christmas outfit or whatever. If it's just an outfit and it's a one-time deal, then that's fine. But if it's a consistent thing that you put into your game and it's like, okay, you could get this, or this, that to me feels like it's gambling. Like especially
even
when
just
it's
a way to
uncommon, common, rare, ultra rare, etc., etc.
That kind of stuff in the packages that you can get, which it's not a bad thing to have those in a game where it's like it's items like that, but making like it throughout the game that you could collect them like that. Those games aren't bad, but it's the games where you put your money to get a certain amount of like other like in-game currency, and then you use it to try and get those big items, where it's like companies are making so much money. Gaming companies are making so much money, not even on their game,
right, but
off of the extra stuff in the game. Like Fortnite's a really big one like that.
Yeah.
It was I think it still is free. It still is a free game on the store.
But now you can
But they are making millions and millions, and probably by now millions and millions of dollars, because they have so much like
revenue coming in from the microtransactions in their item shops. Especially, personally for me, this is when I kind of just said fuck Fortnite and uninstalled it. When they did the collab with My Hero Academia, which is obviously something I watch consistently and religiously, I hopped on because I had heard from numerous amount of people that it was going to be on the shop for a while. So this is when I was waiting to get my first paycheck from where we both work. And I'm like, okay, I'll have enough left over to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I go onto the thing to buy the bundle, and it isn't there. And then I had one friend tell me that it glitched for him, so it didn't look like it was there, but it was still there. And I'm like, okay, because it popped back up for him. So I closed out of Fortnite, logged back in, because they were still, at this point in time, still promoting it. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it was just glitched. I logged back in, Nothing. I go as far as to restarting my entire console and then looking for an update on Fortnite. No update needed. It was up to date, whatever. I logged back into the game, still nothing. So I just decided to say I'm done with Fortnite and pretty much kissed it goodbye.
Yeah, I get that. Or it's also like you can't even get certain packs for only a limited time too, which is also really like, well, then you force people to think, oh, I gotta get this now, and then they decide to go do it, and then they don't even get what they want. And some of them were like, you're not guaranteed to get those high value items. So it's like, should they do something like what China does, is like now in like the packs and cards, gaming companies have to release the odds of you actually getting one of those items, so that way you can properly make your choice on whether or not you actually want to put your hard-earned money into some online video game. Like,
right. And I mean, the whole item shop ordeal, that kind of ties in with what the whole basis of the video is about, the should it be gambling. There are some games out there that are getting a new update, such as, I believe Skyrim is getting an update this year. I think it's the last update that's going to be on Elder Scrolls V, but they are adding a marketplace, but it's not, oh, you get to buy cosmetics. It's for those developers out there who are fans of the game that spend weeks, months, even years developing these mods that can change and alter the game into a way that, someone like me or you wants to play it. Like, you could have first person mod, but like first person horse riding mod, or graphic overhaul, or so on and so forth. So with item shops like that or marketplaces like that, that's not the issue. The issue is mainly companies basically making you, they're not making you, but they're promoting it to the point where I've fallen for it many times, where you just end up buying a shit ton of stuff you don't even really need in game.
Yeah.
And then you end up going, well, I can't pay this bill now, or I can't do this because I was stupid and fell for the marketing scheme that they were presenting. And
that's the kind of stuff that really gets you sometimes, is that sometimes people don't know the point of, make sure your stuff in real life is paid for, and you can pay for them before you do anything like that.
Right. Or
especially, it's like you see it in a lot of Twitch streams sometimes, where people are just donating and donating and donating and donating and donating until, look at that, next thing you know, they've donated like $500-$600 within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't realize that they did that until then, and then they're, then you shoot. Sometimes, they actually have the money. Most of the time, you never really know, but, you kind of hope that, they actually have the money capable of doing that and still be okay.
Right.
But it's like, games like that where you end up, like with the Madden card packs, like some people spend like a good $100,000 just on card packs. And sometimes they don't even get the exact, cards that they want, because then you only can go around, turn them, and sell them for, online in-game currency. Not even real money.
Yeah.
So it's like you're spending all this money on a game where you're not even, if you don't don't stream, or ultimately you just have a regular job, you're not even really making that money back. That money is just gone. Like some of those people that make all that kinds of money from streamers, yes, people that make all that money from streaming, yes, they can make that back just as easy. They do it for a purpose. But you see some of these people spending constant amounts of dollars, and over the times collectively, it could add up to quite a bit of money that you're spending in that game that you're not even really going to make that back.
Right.
Except if you have a job. But even then, you're never really going to get that money back. It's really just to the point where, like, a lot of microtransactions, loot boxes, card pack games, they make their way into other games where it's like, I've already spent like $70 on your game, and you're trying to get people to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars alone on the rest of the stuff alone into your game, where it's like, don't you already make enough money for the hundreds and thousands of copies of this game you sell,
right,
even online?
And it's kind of like, for example, I'll use a game that I'm pretty sure both you and I fucking love, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yep.
It has a marketplace where you can buy stuff, and it updates quite constantly.
It updates all the time.
Yeah. And I mean, one thing that I could see companies, or what I think companies should do, is if you have because like Assassin's Creed, you had, I'm pretty sure there was the basic edition, just your base game, nothing special, your deluxe edition, and then you had, the collector's edition. If someone buys the collector's edition, you should give them skins, maybe some memorabilia from the game or whatever.
Well, yeah, and some
that
places,
should be it.
And some do, but it's mostly like actual physical stuff that they give you, and not.
Right.
Occasionally, you'll find ones that are actual in-game, like you do get in-game stuff,
Right.
but then they still end up releasing out more.
Yeah.
Where it's like, the collector's editions are always a kind of weird thing to think about, but it's like, because they give you such, some of them give you like really cool statues and whatnot to put on your desk.
Oh, I know what I was trying to say. So, like, you have your collector's edition, right?
Yep.
And instead of having a game that constantly updates its marketplace, scratch the whole marketplace out of it.
Oh yeah.
That's what I miss about gaming sometimes, because growing up,
we didn't have that.
yeah, if you bought
just
the collector's
you just
edition,
bought the game.
Like, if you bought the collector's edition, if there was one, which at
the time there was
growing up,
very
yeah.
very few that did that.
But if you bought that, you were the coolest kid on the fucking block.
Yeah. If you even had the game, you were still like, oh wow. Like, you just got this new game that just came out. Yeah, my parents said that it was okay and bought it for me. That's cool as hell. Like, that's how it used to be. Not this, I just bought this game and I bought this skin and this skin and this skin and dropped almost $100 more on the game after I just spent the $70 to buy the game.
Right.
Yeah, I just bought all this stuff to make my guy better, like in NBA. Yeah, I just spent $200 on enough VC to make my guy 99 overall, and I don't even.
It's like,
you don't even
grind?
You don't even benefit from your guy being 99.
No.
You just play better in the game, where it's like.
And honestly, I think that's what's killing.
Because I've been a victim of that too. I've bought a good portion of VC to make my guy a better overall, because if you're low overalls in those games, you're not very good.
Yep.
Which is why I stopped playing online in those games, because I'm like, I don't want to spend all of my money on VC to try to get to a higher overall just to play better.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly what's kind of killing games such as NBA and stuff, because if you think about it, those games, you'd buy it, just a base game or whatever version you got.
That's how it used to be.
And then you would just sit there and you'd grind and you might lose a few controllers or maybe have to buy a new TV, but you'd
the way
grind
Madden
the game.
goes now, you probably lose about 2 controllers a month.
And I mean, now with I can just buy a booster pack and my guy will be like a 81 overall.
Yep.
It's like, no, I'll take grinding and raging.
Yeah.
Because that makes the game fun. That gives you something to come home and go, all right, I got my ass beat yesterday. I'm going to do it right to,
Yeah. That's where it's even like games like the one I just finished, God of War Ragnarok, where, they don't even, there is different armor in that game that you can get, but you don't buy it.
Right.
You have to collect enough resources to craft it in the game, and and it gives you better stats and it gives you different looks, but you don't buy them at all. You just end up going through the game and going out to the different areas, try and collect enough resources to actually get the different armor, which is how I wish they would all rather do, compared to just, here's a different armor set, buy this. Here's a different armor set for another $20 and another $30, It's constantly, it's like games like I went through, in that game, throughout the whole game that I played it, I went through several different armor sets. We collected all the pieces to get the full armor set. Went through quite a bit of them. Didn't spend an extra single dollar on that game. I paid however much it was at the time. Excuse me. I paid however much it was at the time to get the game, downloaded it, played it, that was it. I never spent another dollar on it, but I absolutely enjoyed the whole story up until the end. Of the main storyline, but still.
Yeah.
There's games like that where I wish more games were like that, where it's like you could sit there, buy the game, and enjoy it through the whole game without having to spend another dollar on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
But there are still some games out there that do that, but they're their own specific style.
Right.
Almost like it's mostly like just the action RPGs
Yeah.
that are like that are like you get different gear throughout the game and you get better as you go and you don't have to spend another dollar on it. Now granted, even games, some games are still like that where you still action RPGs still, don't get me wrong, they still have the gear packs that you buy with in-game currency, which in turn you have to get in-game currency through buying it. But not all of them are like that. I mean, I can see Assassin's Creed Valhalla being one of the few that I know that does that possibly. There's probably a lot more that I think of, or that I can't think of right now. But I mean, God of War is an action RPG. I didn't spend another dollar on that one. Hogwarts Legacy, I think they had like a few packs at the beginning that you could buy, like extra like Dark Arts packs, but you didn't have to, and they didn't do a single thing for you.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have very many, honestly. But yeah, people spend so much money on those game packs where it's like we're giving these gaming companies hundreds and thousands of dollars off of one single game that they're going to release a game next year, the next year, and make that money again, and again, and again, and again, and again, as long as we continue to do that. But all right, but I do honestly feel like they should regulate it at least.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, in these card packs in Madden, NBA, WWE now, whatever, this is the odds of you getting the card that you want. These are the odds that you get everything else. Now, when that also begs the question for people that are underage playing the games, do you regulate it to the point where only 18? Once you hit 18, you can put money into it.
18 or 21.
Or if, say you have to get the permission. I think they have it somehow like that you can only, if you have a parent account, that they can regulate what you buy and what you spend. Or I would feel like, get permission for every purchase you want to make on that game, on that system,
right,
that you have to get permission from the parent account to actually buy it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that runs into a lot of problems where little kids, they don't understand, they'll steal they'll take their parents' credit card, spend over a good $200, I've heard stories of it, kids, $900 worth of stuff, get everything you could possibly get in the game, and then they get well, where is this $900 coming from? Well, look, your kid took your credit card and used it.
Yep.
It's ridiculous because it's gaming is not as simple as it used to be. Gaming was so simple back in the day. Like you said, you bought the game, you asked your parents if you could buy the game, you went home, you played it, you grinded it with your friends for so many hours, and then you went to the next game until it burnt out. And then the next one, and then the next one. And that was it. You didn't go have all sorts of loot boxes that you had to buy and different boost packs to make it better. You just played the games. Because there didn't really even be so much Battle Royale games that there are now. I mean, you have all these sort of cop-out games like Fortnite, CSGO, Apex Legends,
PUBG.
I mean, You know, you could go on and say, what was a Rocket League's another one that's similar like that.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on and on about how many different battle royale type games there are that are just like you get those. Those are the games that I think I mainly see that have those packs.
I guess Rocket League really doesn't. I mean, they have a premium option, but I think it's more like subscription based.
No, you can also buy the different cars in the game.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, there's different cars you can buy.
I just grind.
Yeah.
But that's just me, so of course I'm not gonna know about it because I don't really.
They put out different cars and different editions of different cars that you can buy it and whatnot with currency. Those type of battle royale games, I think are the main problem. To be totally fair,
I was about to say Rocket League's a racing game or whatever.
I'm just saying those different types of games where you go online and play against people. Those are the ones that have the big problem with it, and I think honestly started. Could have started it.
Yeah.
Now I could be wrong because Madden's had Madden Ultimate Teams for so long.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't a big thing. At the time, it was just, Madden did this, and Ultimate Team is nobody cared.
Right.
But then it gets to the point now where all these Battle Royale games, you can buy packs and stuff, and buy skins that don't do absolutely anything for you through the game.
Yeah.
And you use real-life money to buy in-game currency to buy the game. Like, that's pointless. Just because it makes your guy look cool? Okay.
I got a new helmet.
Yeah, like, I think, those Battle Royale games are really a big problem with that, because once they started coming around and faster, everybody else wanted to do that, because that's the thing to do now.
Yeah.
That's how that's how gaming companies are making their most money. That's the formula for all gaming companies right now, when they all do it, and we fall victim to it every single time.
Yeah.
Make a free game, and put loads of microtransaction to it. And I mean loads. And constantly come up with skins that people want to buy. Collaborate with different companies. Collaborate with different movies, different TV shows. Make more skins. And make them, you have to constantly buy them over and over and over and over and over again. Spend your money to get the battle pass to get more extra items. And we make hundreds of thousands of dollars on this game, and it will never stop as long as we continue making simple content for it. We're gonna make hundreds of thousands of dollars on it, and we didn't spend a dime, and you don't have to spend a dime to originally buy the game.
Right.
Those are the ones that I really honestly have a problem with. I don't play those type of games anymore, because you see all those types of games and all those types of stuff. It's a problem. It really is, because people do spend a lot of money on those games for no reason, and they continue to do it. It's empowering gaming companies to do that and to get away with it.
It ain't gonna stop anytime soon, I can tell you that.
No. I mean, these gaming companies are almost getting away with murdering our wallet.
Yeah.
Murdering people's bank accounts because they allow you to do it time and time and time again, and they don't put a limit to it. They let you spend tens of thousands of dollars a year on these stuff, and they're not going to put a limit to it, because that's going right in their wallet. And it's ridiculous. It needs to be either regulated or stopped, because this is getting out of hand. Every game is starting to do it now. Almost every one of them come out like that. You see some of the story-driven ones like Spider-Man that don't do that, or some of those other action storylines games where they don't do that. You just, again, you collect resources in the game to unlock those. Those are okay. Because you get different skins, and they don't do a thing for you, but you still get the different types of skins that you can look at, as long as you collect different collectibles throughout the game. Do it like that. Give people skins, but give them a reason to grind for it and get to it. Like you said, give them a reason to grind instead of paying for it. Pay-to-win games are dumb. Pay-to-win games are pointless, because it makes us that don't have very much money feel like, well, I'm lesser than that guy because he's got the money to spend on every single item that comes out in the game. He can buy it, no problem. And that makes me look bad because I've got this basic one, or I've got this, or I've got that. It's pointless. It really is pointless. But I suppose that's about all we can go on that.
And then next Friday we could be talking about the new TMNT
Yes.
Last Ronin game.
That probably not coming out for a while,
Oh, yeah.
but there's information, there's leaks about something like that.
And
Talking about other leaks.
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of leaks, we're also going to be discussing some GTA 6 leaks that I found this morning via TikTok.
Hopefully soon we will be starting to make gaming videos.
Yes.
I'm trying my darndest to get the capabilities of streaming game, or not streaming games yet, but putting gaming videos out, and we'll start doing that hopefully soon. So, without any further bullcrap, do you have anything to add, my good sir?
No.
Alright, so without further ado, we're gonna end it here. Have a good day, afternoon, night, evening, lunch, dinner, whatever time you were watching this. If you've made it this far, I would like to see what you think about this whole topic in the comments. Without further ado, we will see y'all in the next video, and share with other people if you do feel like anybody else you know would enjoy us talking about the randomest crap we could ever come up with. Without further ado, we'll see y'all in the next one.